Well, Katlego, you're asking all the right questions. Is it a great alternative? What is up with this? Well, today we are celebrating and creating awareness with World Cancer Day. Cigarettes kill over more than 6 million people each year, and that's almost more and twice as much as HIV, AIDS, and TB combined. And I look at this and I'm thinking, why are we still smoking? You know, smoking is strongly associated with a lot of deaths. I just spoke to a doctor about it. It includes lung cancer. Many people consider the alternative, one of the things that Katlego just mentioned, e-cigarettes, to try and help them to quit smoking. But how safe are these? How healthy are they really? Well, here to chat to us about it, Dr. Richard van Zyl-Smit. He's the head of the Lung Clinical Research Unit at the University of Cape Town's Lung Institute. Doctor, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
That's a very long title. You're a lung specialist. You know about emphysema and smoking.
So, Lana, my work is predominantly to do with lung disease, as I'm a lung specialist, and I have a particular interest in smoking, and then now, obviously, with electronic cigarettes.
Speaking of which, this e-cigarette, and, you know, I'm a little frustrated about it because I see that people are knowledgeable. You know, we don't know. What exactly is this e-cigarette? How does it differ from a normal cigarette?
Okay, so very simply, an electronic cigarette is designed to vaporize nicotine. So it's not smoke, it's water vapor. And the nicotine is contained in a substance called glycerine or propylene glycol. And there's a little heating device inside that generates a mist, and that's what you breathe in. So it's nicotine plus one or two other chemicals and then some flavorants. The difference then contrasted to tobacco cigarette is that you're burning tobacco. So you're inhaling smoke. And the estimates are that there are around about 8,000 different chemicals in tobacco smoke, including things like ammonia, found in toilet cleaner, acetone, your nail polish remover, benzene, paint stripper.
Oh, no.
So an electronic cigarette should only contain nicotine if they are well made, compared to 8,000 chemicals in a tobacco cigarette.
I've learned from you earlier that when it comes to smoking, we've had 50 years of research to prove what smoking over a long term or short period can do. How much research has been done on these e-cigarettes?
So there's unfortunately very little research on the electronic cigarette. We know quite a lot about nicotine, but we've never had a device that delivers nicotine, as it were, straight into the lungs. They should be safer than tobacco. And you mentioned that tobacco kills so many people. About half the people who smoke will die early from a smoking-related disease. So we feel that they probably are safer. Our research group at UCT has got some data suggesting that the electronic cigarette, the nicotine contained in it, may affect the body's immune system and may pose a risk to tuberculosis. However, if you contrast that to tobacco, we're not sure how risky they are, and we just don't have, they haven't been around for long enough. We just don't know what happens to you if you've smoked an electronic cigarette for 10 years.
So am I right in saying that with e-cigarettes, there's not enough research? We can't prove that it's healthier?
They should be safer. We just don't know because they haven't been around for long enough.
Wow. Doctor, this controversial topic, you know, tobacco companies are putting money into these e-cigarette companies. Health implications, because that's essentially what we're talking about today, especially with World Cancer Day.
So it's a very controversial topic, as Katlego said at the start. The real issue is, the one argument is that if they could be safer than tobacco, now we're talking about cancer today on your show, if they can reduce cancer risks, we should embrace them, and all smokers should be using them to reduce the risk for cancer. On the other hand, you're not dealing with the addiction to nicotine, you're not dealing with the cost associated with smoking, and these devices are not cheap. They are new disposable Chinese brands, but they are almost as expensive as tobacco. And then the government just doesn't know what to do with them. Should they be regulated like cigarettes? Should they be regulated like medicines? Well, that's the question, and there are very heated arguments about what one actually does with them.
Thank you, Dr. Richard van Zyl-Smit. Thank you for bringing some light to this conversation on e-cigarettes. We're talking about e-cigarettes and the fact that smoking kills more than 6 million people every year. We're talking about World Cancer Day as well, and making sure that we get all the info from our experts. Thanks so much for joining us on our show today. Well, there's something else that's happening on the show. A walk might be one of the ways that we can change our lifestyle in order to prevent cancers, but Leigh-Anne has more.